One of the main reasons why I feel like studies are bullcrap is because most of them are funded and the results are going to be in the favor of the person who is funding them. And that's what most major companies do. Uh, Not only that, and let's say okay, you have that, the people, big companies that are funding these studies and the results being in that favor, but you also have people just doing it straight up out of ignorance. Their intention is, right, pure, just to understand, but they're not taking in considerations of other factors. Like, let's say, eggs. Okay, people want to say that eggs raise cholesterol. There's studies out there that says that, yeah, people, it raises cholesterol, but it only raises cholesterol on people on plant-based diets. Well, what they're not thinking about and what they're not looking at is the factors of both the people. Like, I've read this study talking about, like eggs. Does it raise cholesterol? What does it do? And the results show that the people on the carnivore diets or are who are eating meat and dairy and all that other stuff, it did not raise their cholesterol levels, but it raised the cholesterol levels of the plant-based person. Well, yeah, you would then for them the results would be like, yeah, eggs raise cholesterol, but no, 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 no. They're not thinking about the baseline diet of each person. The person on the carnivore diet, they're eating a bunch of stuff that raises cholesterol. So their cholesterol is already risen, and it's not and that's their baseline levels. So just putting a few more eggs is not going to raise their cholesterol whenever it's already raised. So on the plant-based person who doesn't intake the bad cholesterol, I can't remember what it's called. It's like LDL cholesterol, low density lipoprotein cholesterol. That's the not good one. Uh, they intake HDL, high density lipoprotein cholesterol, and so of course, yeah, you put someone whose baseline diet doesn't consist of LDL, like, yeah, it's going to raise cholesterol. No crap. But that doesn't mean that it's the eggs that did that. That's the thing. People are doing all these studies just to prove this and that, this and that, this and that. But it only proves like so much. There's like small fraction of like the big equation here, the big formula. Like, it doesn't, there are too many factors. Every brain is different. Every person is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. What they intake, how much they intake, their level of stress, what's going on in their life, their activity level, their social level, their background, their childhood, their even their time in the womb, how their mother was, what their mother was intaking, and all this stuff. Like, all these things like how play like contribute to the end result of everything. So eggs raising cholesterol is like true and not true. And that goes for a lot of things. And like one of the big ones is weed. And I want to make a whole separate video talking about that. But like, weed is misguided and misunderstood extremely. And people are just using it immaturely, improperly, irresponsibly, as well as with other things. So that's why I think studies are not the best way to prove if information is accuracy. Self-study is the best way to prove if information. Self-study is the best way to determine the what was it? I don't know how do you word it. To determine the accuracy, like whatever, like that information might be accurate for you or not. Like, that's why it's important for us to discover ourselves, to take charge in our own health. Yeah, maybe have a doctor to kind of talk to and help us, someone who is like actually educated in all of this stuff. Or you can do it all on your own, like I did it completely on my own, and I got reasons why I did that too, and I'm going to talk about that as well. But that's why the self-help way is, in my opinion, the best way. You learn about yourself. It forces you to reflect. It forces you to like look into the most uncomfortable parts about your life and figure it out, like, and that's where the true healing comes from. We'll talk about that as far as why, because of, everything connects, but that's why I feel like studies are not the best way to prove accuracy of information.